The social exchange theory, presented by Jackson O'Boy, Timothy Weiser, Keelan Doss, and Leanne Wong. This theory was made by George Homans, John Thabau, Harold Kelly, and Peter Blau in the late 1950s to the early 1960s. Here are photographs of these four men who contributed. The social exchange theory is based on three main principles. Number one is that people seek out rewards and punishments. Number two is that people maximize profits and minimize costs. And number three is that people calculate alternatives. Here's an example of the social exchange theory from the movie Wreck-It Ralph.
Enjoy your little tantrum, diaper baby?
Leave me alone.
Look, you want that medal, right? And I want a race. So here's what I'm thinking. You help me get a new cart, a real cart, and I'll win the race and get you back your medal.
You want me to help you?
All you gotta do is break something for me. Come on, what do you say, friend?
We are not friends.
Ah, come on, pal. You son of a gun. Go on, buddy. But shake on it. Ah, come on, Chumbo. Ralph, my man. My man. Hey, my arm's getting tired. We have a deal or not?
Ah, you better win.
From this clip, we can see how Ralph wanted a medal, but Vanellope wanted a race, so they established a relationship where they could both maximize their profits. The first concept is comparison level. It was developed by Thabau and Kelly. It is contributions that previous experiences and expectations make to determine how satisfied an individual is with a relationship. Individuals come to their relationships with an awareness of societal norms. It also explains how what individuals feel is deserved and realistically obtainable within relationships, and that what individuals feel is important for them to experience within a relationship. Here's an example from Couples Retreat showing why positive comparison in a relationship is important.
So how was your night?
My husband found himself in a very traumatic shark situation.
Here we go.
As we were planning to go to the waterfall and have a romantic evening, because, as you know, we don't do that very often because of the kids and work, but somehow this crazy, traumatic shark experience was enough to make him neglect his wife.
Ronnie, nice to meet you. Well said. David, how did that make you feel?
I know my truth.
Excuse me?
I know my truth.
Did you say I know my truth? Oh, boy.
Listen, I'm telling you, you getting on my last nerve. Yo, I ain't signed up for this. Yo, you said we was gonna be dancing. You said we was gonna be partying. You said we was gonna be doing what we do. You made promises, Daddy.
Boo-boo, look, they got me doing a lot of activities. What do you expect from me? I'm tired.
You tired? Yo, I'm tired. Plain and simple, I ain't having it.
Sometimes we forget how to do the easiest thing in the world, which is just to talk to each other. Okay, let's start here. Lucy, you go first. I want you to look at Joey and say hi. And Joey, after you've heard that, I want you to look back at Lucy and say hello in return. And then we'll just see where it goes from there, okay?
So what did we learn from this? These couples were experiencing dissatisfaction because what they felt was important to them in a relationship was not being met. Relationship stability. What can it be described as? Staying in or leaving a relationship is not simply a matter of how rewarding that relationship is. Relationships that are rewarding are more likely to be stable because a high level of outcomes reduces the likelihood of a better alternative existing. An example of this: married individuals who stay in violent relationships can be thought of as participating in a non-voluntary relationship. That is, the relationship stays stable in spite of the violence because of the absence of better alternatives. How norms regulate exchange relationships. These exchange relationships are governed by two things. These two things are normative and cognitive exchange orientations. These exchanges delineate acceptable and appropriate behavior and refer to the broader consensus that exists in a culture about how exchange relationships should be structured. The next concept we will be discussing are exchange dynamics, mainly based on the exchange framework. The exchange framework has been used to explain the patterns of power and decision-making found within relationships. For example, the partners least interested in their relationships and the partners with the greater resources tend to be the ones with the greater power. This is largely because they have relatively greater control over the outcomes available to both partners. Conclusively, the key points of discussion in regards to the patterns of reaction in exchange relationships are the relative levels of involvement, dependence, and resources between both partners.
Rewards, costs, and resources.
Rewards and resources refer to the benefits exchanged in social relationships. Rewards are defined as pleasures, satisfactions, and gratifications a person enjoys from participating in a relationship. Resources, on the other hand, are any commodities, material, or symbolic that can be transmitted through interpersonal behavior and give one person the capacity to reward another. The costs of social exchange relationships can involve punishments experienced, the energy invested in a relationship, rewards foregone as a result of engaging in one behavior or course of action rather than another.
Those were the 5 main concepts, and now for one more example from the TV show Friends, showing how every choice you make is made because of some sort of intangible or tangible benefit.
You know what? What you up to, Joe?
Doing this telethon thing on TV, and my agent got me a job as co-host.
Oh, that's great!
Yeah, a little good deed for PBS, plus some TV exposure. Now, that's the kind of math Joey likes to do. I'm sorry, Phoebes. I just wanted to do a good deed, like you did with the babies.
This isn't a good deed. You just want to get on TV. This is totally selfish.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What about you having those babies for your brother? Talk about selfish.
What are you talking about?
Well, yeah, it was a really nice thing and all, but it made you feel really good, right?
Yeah, so?
Well, it made you feel good, so that makes it selfish. Look, there's no unselfish good deeds, sorry.
Yes, there are. There are totally good deeds that are selfless.
Well, may I ask for one example?
Yeah, it's, no, you may not.
That's because all people are selfish.
Are you calling me selfish?
Are you calling you people? Yeah, well, sorry to burst that bubble, Phoebes, but selfless good deeds don't exist, okay? And you know the deal on Santa Claus, right?
I'm going to find a selfless good deed. I'm going to beat you, you evil genius. Hey, Joey, when you said the deal with Santa Claus, you meant...
That he doesn't exist.
Right. Called a selfless good deed. You know that really old guy that lives next door to me? Well, I snuck over there and raked up all the leaves on his front stoop, but he caught me, and he, force-fed me cider and cookies. And then I felt wonderful. That world, jackass.
Maybe Joey's right. Maybe all good deeds are selfish.
I will find a selfless good deed, because I just gave birth to 3 children, and I will not let them be raised in a world where Joey is right.
PBS Telethon.
Hey, Joey. I just wanted to let you know that I found a selfless good deed. I went down to the park, and I let a bee sting me.
What good is that going to do anybody?
Well, it helps the bee look tough in front of his bee friends. The bee is happy, and I am definitely not.
You know, the bee probably died after he stung you.
Damn it!
PBS Telethon.
Hi, Joey.
Hey, Phoebes.
I would like to make a pledge. I would like to donate $200.
$200? You sure, Phoebes? I mean, after what Sesame Street did to you?
Oh, I'm still mad at them. But I also know that they bring happiness to lots of kids whose moms didn't kill themselves. So by supporting them, I'm doing a good thing, but I'm not happy about it. So, there, a selfless good deed.
All right, and you don't feel a little good about donating the money?
No, it sucks. I was saving up to buy a hamster.
Hamster? What, those things are like $10.
Yeah, not the one I had my eye on.
It looks like we have surpassed last year's pledge total. Thank you, viewers! And the pledge that did it was taken by one of our volunteers. Boy, and may I say one of our sharpest dressed volunteers, Mr. Joseph Triviani.
Look, Joey's on TV! Isn't that great? Hey, my pledge got Joey on TV! Oh, that makes me feel so... Oh, no!
From that clip, we can see how everything we do has a reward to it. If Phoebe did find a selfless good deed, it would contradict the theory by showing that we can do things or establish relationships without gaining anything. In conclusion, the social exchange theory is about how people establish relationships according to what they want to achieve and what they want to avoid. People think about rewards and costs, and if they have a better alternative, they will certainly take it. Relationships are established every day by people, and from this theory we can learn how and why people establish relationships and even be more aware of how different people can behave in other relationships. We can see how much work it takes to keep a relationship, especially from the Couples Retreat movie clip. We must communicate well with our partners if we want to fulfill all our expectations. Thank you for watching. This was all about the social exchange theory.